things look like inside my home. Since I'm a confirmed bachelor now for a while, and it probably is a good thing. So we'll kick a light on, and this is the as you can see, you're going handheld. I've got my as you see, this is my living dining room. I just got up this morning. I've got a slight mess. There's a bag over the counter that I'm going to put some it's some meat scraps. I'm actually going to fix something in a crock pot for my supper tonight. So, and let's go on in here. And this is, you've seen me shoot video in here before, but that was when she was here and we had a big sectional. So this is my living room, and actually the tables that you see here, this one here, that one over in the corner and such, those actually was my mom and dad's, and I did keep them, and even what's my television setting on, so that she had, this is like a formal room. Right now I don't have much on the walls. I got a friend of mine that does photography. It's really, really good, and he's going to print me some pictures, and I'm going to have them professionally framed. And this is going down towards the back of the house. And it's my dog's toys. And this is my bedroom. This might be a little, let's see. Oh, I have to turn the light on top. But the main reason I'm doing this is to turn on. You see this dresser right here? That dresser that you're looking at, and me in the mirror, it's an old one. Let me get up here close. It was in my grandmother's house, and I really don't know how old it was. And it was actually stored in a storage building here for several years. And when I was living in Salisbury, North Carolina, my mom said, "Why don't you refinish it? I won't put it back in the house." So I stripped and refinished it. And when I refinished especially old stuff, it's got damage. If you look, I'll get here in the corner. You see this, all the little damage in the corners here. That stuff I usually leave because it leaves character. But I stripped it, and I actually had to even make the inside of the drawers back together with that. So that's what we got today. So now we're going to come back out here, and I just got a text. I'll answer it in a minute after I do my closing. And we're doing handheld walking back, and I'll sit down here just a second, chat with you before I cut the camera off. And then we'll go down to the shop in a few minutes, and I'll pull me a chair out. Okay, so there's a tour of the house, and today's shop video pieces is going to be, I'm going to lay out another tool, and I might start machining on it today, but I don't know how far I'm going to get. It's in my series of the tool holders. And basically what it is it's an E&MG style. I think I showed it last video. And I'm going to lay that out and show you my thought process of how I try to set a tool up when I start the milling. And I'll go ahead and probably start doing a little milling in the mill today too. So with no further ado, we're going to get off of here right quick, and I'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, there we go. Now we're videoing. Okay, I've got the stuff tool layout. This is the tool I'm going to mill out. This is one of my modified holders. This is a block. Now what I'm going to do to start with is just take an educated guess as to see. This isn't precise. I'm just trying to get an idea. The depth of the dovetail. I'm just going to take a piece of steel. Yeah, I want something a little thicker here. Something squared. I want to use a tool holder. So all I'm going to do is lay it in here and just get a. What I want to do is one of the things I want to set this stuff up as rigid as possible. So that means I want at least overhang. So about 130 thousandths, roughly. The problem with this tool, if we lay them side by side, is if I put it in here, I'm still having this much overhang, this much extra overhang. And while this, this is fairly rigid here, this here is, this one may, obviously with the Asian lathe, you want to minimize that. So I guess what the next thing to do is get me a scale and scribe here. One scale. There's my other one. I can use a little one from this one. Just even better. Pencil. I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to play carpenter here, and all I'm going to do is mark me a line. This is what I'm wanting to do is see how much space. Now I can get out precision square, but again, this isn't going to be a precise thing, because what I'm going to do, this is see, get an idea where I want to start milling. And I got this much space. It's going to be right up against that hole, that dovetail. And see the dovetail's being cut in from this end. The next thing to see is how deep. Now I roughly know how deep it is. So again, this is just to give me a thumbnail of how deep. Yeah, I see right there. If I put the square right there, I'm right in that hole. I'm gonna have to go back a little bit. So with about 130, I'm gonna just figure a little extra. We got from the whole edge of the hole to the mark is about 150 thou. So if we move over 200 would be golden. So that's what we need to do. So that's a pen. So what we'll do is we'll just lay this out from the edge of the hole 200 thou. That'll give me about 50 thousandths to play with, more or less. Now we're going to get good square for that. Better square, I guess, would be a good word to say. It's a Chinese one, so I don't know how good a square really is, but so we're going to say 50 thou. And all right, now let's just check, see if that's 200 from there. Not 250, it's 1/4 of an inch. That's going to be about as stout as I can make it right there. And still come out. Okay, now we'll get this set up on the mill and I'll bring you back. Okay, what I've done is I've just basically laid the laid it out, marked the line, put the milling cutter in I'm going to use, and it's my favorite little insert mill, and we're going to make sure we got travel and everything, get everything locked up here where we can work. And we're going to start the mill up. Set the speed. Mill down, let it touch, and we'll call it 0, because that's where we're going to mill from. See how close we are to that line. Excuse me, hit the camera. All right, I'm right on the line there, son. We're good to go. Gonna lock this table. And this is going. Now, what this is going to be is the squared end of the dovetail. And I don't have a blueprint. What I do is just use a new block, or a block to do this as a sample. And I don't actually have a blueprint. So I'm going to get this at a depth now. Mark the depth so we'll know how deep this is supposed to be. It's about 420 thousandths or so. Is about 415 or so. Yeah, about 415. So we're going to lock down 415 and we're going to go for it here. And we're not going to take much of the time. 0, about 50 at a time. My little mill is not that aggressive. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with all this milling, I think. Let me see if I can end this. I'm not going to bore you with all the milling. Okay, now over on the mill, I've already milled the slot. So now, what we have to do is we're going to cut the dovetail in the tool holder. It's like I told you, I just use a sample. What I do is I get to one of these, and this is a brand new Asian block. And I don't have a drawing, and I just, when I do these, I do them off of a sample. So what I do is I just go ahead and I get me a dovetail and I mark it just to get the, which is usually runs a little over an inch, and this one here is running about 1.13 thousandths. Usually I shoot for about 1.15. I like it because a couple thousandths big, it slides good. I use a wedge post. Sometimes with the, it's actually running about 1.12. And the hard part about doing this, what I done is I cut the slot deep. And let me take you over your handheld, show you where we at. I cut the slot a hair bit deep when I mill them. Then I go back and then I face the back of the tool off. Usually it's 10 or 15 thou to get what we want. Now what we're going to do here is take the dovetail and run right here and touch it. And then we'll mill it from that point there. I'm going to see, whoa, get you on point here, see if we can. So let's see what you look like here. Okay, I'm gonna try this for a second. Sometimes with the, it may not shoot it very good. I might give you a shot or two of it. Stuff sometimes on this mill with these magnet mounts, sometimes they just don't mount good. I like to go over to the edge, but I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna probably, I'll just do it most of this milling off the camera because it's tedious work. I'm just going to show you kind of how I set it up. Basically what I do is try to cut a little off each side and get to a point. Then I just sort of figure how much I'm going to take, kind of get it close, and try to take it and get it close, and then work from there. That's usually my strategy on these tool holders. Gotta find me a pencil, piece of paper, wherever I leave my notepad here. Old machinist's tricks just keep coming back. I'm gonna set this 2 pieces of paper for it. I want to touch this, and usually there's a little gap on it. If you look at your tool holders, your blocks, are usually a little bit of a gap. So usually I'm going to try to shoot this down where I don't actually cut this flush. Might have to turn me a little smaller piece. There we go. Get this up underneath there. Okay. Might have to get to the fine adjustment. Now, if I can, usually I just lock everything from this point. Right there, that's good enough. That's about 5. What I'll do is I'll touch it and come up 5 thou. I'll just go ahead and, but that's close enough because that's probably within 5 thou. Let me just turn it on and see what we look like. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's going to look real good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to crank and start the mill up. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of milling here. Let me see if I can move the camera a second. And then I might let me move the camera around where you can get a little better view. Whoa! Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. The camera mount done a little 360 flip there. Let me look over here in the phone, see if we can get it better. Okay. Now I'm going to just ease it up there. You're going to hear it. Just ease her up and let her touch. Okay. Call that 0. And what we'll do is we're just going to mill in. Again, another conservative number, about 50 thou. And just come through here about 50 thou a shot. Whoa, that don't look good. That ain't good. It chipped the insert right out the gate. Okay, this is where we're at right now. I've got about 7 more thousandths per side to get the exact size I want. So, oh, by the way, I had to change cutters. I broke the insert, lost the screw, and I went back and put this other one in, and it's just a conventional cutter. Works just fine. So we all have our moments. Now you notice there it is right on my lathe block, top view. See how I've got it nice and dovetailed right now. Well, excuse the air compressor. The good news is I finished it. Bad news is I ordered the wrong tool holder, didn't pay any attention. I was needing it for a D, and that's actually a C, but a V. I'll order me some inserts so I can use the holder, but I got plenty of holders, so I got to go back and get me another holder. Okay, we're going to do a quick closing and get on out of here. You notice I didn't get the tool holder would work. Problem is, I kind of bozoed a little bit and ordered the wrong holder. This is for a V-type insert. I've got a lot of these, so I've got a D holder, but it's been milled in the bottom for a ½ inch. So probably what I'm going to do is go ahead and order me another holder and make it. I've got a couple of more because I got a lot of those inserts in stock. Probably order me a few V's so I have them to use, but I'll buy me a few V's along the way. So that's sort of this week's video. Hope you guys want to enjoy it. I'll get it up and posted. Hope you enjoyed the tour of the house. It's a couple of stills of that. I've got a picture I'm going to enter in probably in the video too somewhere about rigidity to show you where I get my ideas from. So if there's anything else I know, I'll let you know. So guys, have a great week. Then thanks for the subscribers. Please comment, rate, and subscribe because the channel is growing. I appreciate everybody who's joined in. Thanks. Have a great day and a great week.